Hey everybody, and greetings from West Virginia. I'm going to make my follow-up video here. It's my second vlog about this fountain pen journey, and I am here to tell you that it would definitely be more financially advantageous if I decided to pick up a cocaine habit. Man. But you know what? The one thing that's keeping me in check is that I know I'm playing single A ball out here. So after looking on eBay and seeing what they have there, I know that I'm always going to be small potatoes, and I am okay with that. So I'm going to get what I want and going to get it fast, and it's going to be all right. Hey, Saba. Want to say hi? Come here. Come up. What do you mean, birth? Okay. She wants to say birth again. I love you. Okay. Wanna go bye-bye? Go. Anyway, just wanted to follow up and let you guys know what's going down with what I had. This is my Girologio case that I had on the last video, and it is now proud supporter of 3 pens. You'll notice 2 TWSBI VAC 700Rs and my custom 823, the Pilot Takasumi, Irishizuku Takasumi in the TWSBI 1. TWSBI 2 has the Momiji in it from Irishizuku. And in here I'm using Konpeki. Going to talk about this pen a little bit. I'll show you my journals here in a second. I've been writing prolifically, not necessarily substantially. Mostly doing a lot of practice on my cursive. Something I haven't done since the 6th grade, and for some reason it just seemed like the time to get back into it. It's not necessarily necessary, obviously, but it's just something I felt compelled to do. So I've been spending a lot of time on it. I purchased first, in my first purchase that I made with Goulet pens, I got one of the Goulet notebooks, and I got a Tamarack River notebook, and wanted to check out both of those, see how the paper was. I really enjoyed the paper here. It took me a second to get used to the thinner paper, but I really do appreciate the Tamarack River notebook. I'm going to get more of these, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get more of these too. I did end up buying a Rhodia Gold book. It is empty as of yet because I'm still reading about bullet journaling, and that's something I'm interested in. As far as going into the future, I don't think I'm going to be spending a lot of time reviewing things. One of the biggest reasons is because so many others do it so much better. I can get my cursory thoughts on what I own, and I'm sure I'll do that. It's pretty easy right now. The TWSBI VAC 700R is fire. The custom 823 is an inferno. It's that simple. I love the way they all feel. I did switch up the nibs in both of my VAC 700Rs. I purchased the VAC 700Rs I purchased had a bold nib on it and a stub nib, 1.1 I believe. I think I said 1.3 in the last video, but that's the 1.1 nib, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I switched both of them out. The black ink one I switched out for the fine, and the Momiji, the red, I switched out for the medium. I appreciate those just a tad more. I think my writing is kind of geared towards a more fine writing. I don't write that big, so and since I'm doing cursive, I need some forgiveness as I'm writing. Just to get back to the journals for a second, I will show you first little mistake here. This one is done. It took a little less than a week, probably right around a week to finish it. So I've been fairly prolific Tamarack River one now. We are about, let's say, a third of the way through. And as I mentioned, most of it is it's prolific but not substantial. Writing a lot of observations. Getting back to my first comment concerning the taking up a cocaine habit instead of a fountain pen habit. I started, as I mentioned, about 2.5-3 weeks ago with my first initial unboxing. And when I did make that video, I didn't mention that I had another box, or maybe I did, I don't remember. Had another box from Goulet Pens heading home. Okay, so that's 3 pens plus, I think that was 2 pens. I got a Lamy Safari, and I got a Noodler's Triple Tail. Wanted to try that out. So those are at the house, along with the notebook sampler and some other some more Irizuku ink. I think I got some Diatramentis. Yeah, the Diatramentis Black. I hope I said that right. Okay, so there's those. About a week after that, I purchased 2 Lamy 2000s on eBay. One, I purchased it, found another one that was a little cheaper, and it was new. So I was like, you know what, I should go to that one. This guy said, well, you know, I've already sent it out. I was like, yeah, right, but he said I already sent it out. So instead of getting rid of the other one, I just went ahead and kept both. So now my pens, that puts me up to what? Let's see, 3 here, 2, that's 5, 7. Then I purchased my phone's ringing for some reason. I purchased a TWSBI VAC 700R Iris with the extra fine point. That's heading home. And so that brings it, what, up to 8. 9 was $1. It cost $1. It was a Pelicano from the 60s. And it went in for $1, and it was $18 shipping. So that was my first little kind of boneheaded move, because, you know, the Pelicano, basically, with the $18 shipping, basically I paid what a Pelicano would cost new. So it was around $20 pen, but, you know, vintage 60s. But I did make a good deal for number 10 on eBay. I was just looking and found a Pelican M405. It's a 2-chick finial, which I believe puts it in like the late 90s, and it was selling for around $250, which I know is that's, you know, not too bad a price for a pen that's used. It was a mint pen, but I know you can get it new for around $380, at least, you know, retail. I think that's what I saw on like Pen Chalet or something like that. The one that I got, he offered me $228 for the pen, and this one happens to have an 18 karat nib, so 18 karat medium. Typically they have a 14 karat medium, so I was like, I think I made a good deal. If I didn't, let me know in the comments, but I think I got a pretty good deal on that one. We'll see. So that is now number 10. I think I got them all. Let's list them. 3 TWSBI VAC 700Rs, my coveted Pilot Custom 823, the Noodler's Triple Tail, the Lamy Safari. It was one of the special editions. I think it was the mango color. I've put a few bids in and have lost, and kind of glad that I've lost for some Meisterstück 149s. I'm an idiot, as I mentioned in the last video. I am enjoying myself, but I think I'm ramping up to a pinnacle quicker than needs to be done. But I'm okay. I mean, I can afford my bills. I guess as long as I keep moving this truck, everything's going to be fine. I'm thinking the pinnacle for me is going to be reached at the Triangle Pen Show in June. I live in Georgia, so it's only about a 5-hour trip for me. And a friend of mine lives in Charlotte, so it looks like we're going to be going up there in tandem. He has nothing to do with fountain pens, but he's a nerd, so maybe I'll be able to nerd him into it. We'll see. But I mentioned that, prolific, not substantive, but I did write one little mini essay at the end of this, kind of fitting that it was at the end of this notebook. And if I can stand reading my own writing, I'd like to read it to close this video out. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay. Yep, here we go. I'll start here, and we'll see what happens. Taking this journey to the end of the notebook, of course, I think I've found something that ticks all of the boxes. It's not only practical, it's fun, it's creative, and it's archival and potentially life-altering. You can't always find that in interest. In a way, the limitations are inherently built in, no matter what others would claim. For example, the fiduciary side of things has to reach a practical limit, at least for me. This doesn't really bother me, however, because I feel I picked my comfortable lane of investment by starting with a pen that can be considered by many a grail pen, the Custom 823. By doing this, I could easily call it a day, knowing I've purchased an instrument that will give me satisfaction without question for the remainder of my interest. Thankfully, it has also piqued my interest to discover more. Not surprising in the least, but I see that as a less frustrating venture than purchasing pens with questionable reliability and dubious value to the wallet and to the soul. Picking your entry into any venture has to consider return on investment. With that in mind, most choose to educate themselves on the wrong things: expense, future interest, time involvement. Those things are important, of course, because they will serve to guide you throughout the journey. But as the only definers, they act to only shackle. A passion must already exist within the hobby that seeks to be fed. I always have been interested in writing, and this hobby serves as a practical motivator to do just that. For others, maybe it's art or calligraphy. Even status is an acceptable reason to enjoy this hobby. Why not? As long as a passion exists, the hobby is sustainable. But I believe that one passion has to already be there to allow your interest to thrive. This idea is, and cannot be seen in any other way, only self-serving. It wouldn't be possible to explain passion for an interest without doing so. Only those who share your interest could possibly understand your excitement. To all others, every purchase, can't read my writing, to all others, every purchase is considered impractical, every minute spent wasted, and every conversation a placation on their part. There are, of course, varying degrees to this, with no absolutes, such as life. The only truism I see, therefore, is that your passions can only be sustained by employing a certain level of self-service. Continue to talk, continue to acquire more pens, more education, more friends, and continue to grow. Nobody can truly tell you when enough is enough. Be practical as it is merited, but continue to feed an impractical level of excitement, either directly and or vicariously through others, or by advocacy in any form you can find and sustain. The dividends could prove immeasurable, but the minute you find your interest wane, you should listen to your heart. There's no reason to feed a full soul. Step back with no questions asked. This doesn't mean everything should go up on eBay and you should disavow any and all involvement with the chosen activity. It's just time to table that passion for another. Life is just too circular not to expect your friend to show up again down the road. Let it go and reflect another day, because whether you're aware or not, you've been reflecting long before you made your decision to step away. For the here and now, however, I'm in. I find that in the very little time I've been involved in fountain pens, I've found interest, entertainment, education, community, and a way to feed another passion. It gives me pure joy to put pen to paper and just write. Here's to hoping we all find something to write about. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too, it is what it is. I'm going to embarrass myself now by bending over and picking up the my little stylus to stop the video. But I hope you enjoyed it. I know that Saba didn't, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care now. Bye. Oh, and here we go. Embarrassing. And bye-bye. Saba says bye too.